First of all, who are we talking to?
BJ.
BJ. Uh-oh.
Not BJ and the Bear, is it?
I got 2 dogs. And one's as big as that bear.
And you got a Cat C15 what?
I have a C15 5¼ kitty cat.
Now she happens to have a bridge.
She's a bridge, okay.
She's a bridge,
What are you
which
gonna do
is
with
an MBN.
What are you going to do with him?
And on the bridge has a bad brain. Okay, this is the brain. It's the ECM, and it was Caterpillar's step into the ACERT, and it has problems.
Tell me about it.
What happened?
Well, I used their wonderful Cat Red and only Cat Red.
Cat Red antifreeze. What happened?
And
Did it eat the head gasket?
oh, it got better than that. It didn't keep it cool. It cracked the head. I lost the cam. I lost 3 rocker arms.
Whoa, wait a second. Why didn't you call me then?
Injectors.
Why
I
didn't-
lost
Well,
I lost the buckets. The stuff ate through the buckets.
It ate through the liners.
Yeah.
Okay. Why didn't you call me then?
Because all I could find on your website was about Detroit's. And I didn't have a Detroit.
You're kidding. You would have
Crack
called.
the head.
You would have called. You wouldn't be driving a bridge right now.
The head.
So what we do is we build a new ECM.
Okay?
You will gain about 9/10 miles per gallon.
That would be
You
good.
will take you up to 600 horsepower. The truck will run a lot freer and a lot cooler, and all your electronic problems will go away.
I have a 387 Pete, so you got this great big Dodge on steroids looking hood with a radiator that's
Okay.
built for a Mazda.
We can build custom radiators. We use a dimple tube. The reason we use a dimple tube, when you have a straight tube, the coolant passes straight through. It passes through faster, and it doesn't cool down as much. Dimple tube makes the coolant touch the sides, and the more the coolant touches the sides, the more heat it puts out into the tube. Then to carry the heat away from the tube, we use 16 fins per inch, the little fins you see.
Yep.
We use 16 fins per inch. A stock radiator uses 14. Now, stock radiator in your case is 234 tubes or 364. So our radiators will keep you cool, and we'll put 180 thermostats in versus 190s. So we lower the initial temperature by 10 degrees, and then we keep it working between 180 and 195, because it takes 15 degrees for a thermostat to fully open. So if you have a 190, like you do, you don't fully open till 205. Well, 205, the heat's beat you. Right?
It's already ate my head.
Yeah, it's over. All right. Okay. So let's say, so we need to build a new ECM for you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's say you had a 2002 or older. Then we would put the power box on. The power box is very simple. It just plugs in right here. It's about the simplest thing you can do to any engine in the world to make performance. That is the main plug that takes the electronics into the injectors. This is your turbo boost sensor. That is stock. So go ahead and unplug this. You want me to hold this?
Would you please?
Oh, she's got fancy fingernails.
Of course.
Okay, now, when you look at our wiring harness, can you tell which one goes where? Would this go in here, same as that? Or would this one?
I would say this has got to go in there, and that's got to go in there.
That's exactly correct. But put this in first. No, you're right. Just push it. It'll click. Okay?
There we go.
Now, your turbo boost sensor, unplug that by pushing that little button. Now, when you look at our wiring harness, you have a male and a female.
Mm-hmm. That would have to go in that little cute spot.
right?
That would go in that cute little spot.
You see this stud right here? With the ground wire on there. You just added 210 horsepower to that engine. Every click of the dial on a Cat is 30 horsepower to the rear wheels and between 75 and 100 foot-pounds of torque. So most people run on power level 3, so in your case, it's a 5 1/4. This would make you about a 615, but it gives you response. So all you have to do is ease out the clutch, roll into the throttle, the engine just picks up and away you go.
Now, can you use the Pittsburgh Power Box with a bridge engine?
We do not. The bridge engine has such a bad ECM. We want to build a new ECM first, Power Box second. But whenever we take the ECM up to 600 horsepower and give it response, most people are pretty happy there. And they gain 7 to 9/10 miles per gallon. We did have one family, he's an ex-drag racer. He gained 1.110 mile per gallon.
And I only drive 65 because I can't afford fuel for more than that.
That's all right. 62 to 65 is a good speed. And if you
Yeah.
drive by the turbo boost gauge, and if you ever come to our shop, I'll teach you how to drive by that turbo boost gauge, and you'll even gain more fuel. And leave the cruise control off when you're in rolling hills. Cruise control robs you of a half mile to the gallon.
Really? But when I'm not on my cruise, then I really lose my power. Then I lose my fuel mileage.
Well, we're going to talk about that. Do you have a turbo boost?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you watch it when you drive?
I pretty much got the
No.
skinny on it.
Not
You would
always.
have told me. Okay. Do you know how many pounds of turbo boost your engine makes whenever you're going across the level and there's no wind blowing and you're going 65?
It runs about 5.
Oh, that's good. 5 pounds.
Yeah.
On the level at 65. That's very good.
That's about where it runs.
And when you're
I
pulling a hill?
put my foot in it, it pulls up to about 30.
Oh, that's good. Okay. So let's pretend this. You ever run Interstate 80 in western Iowa?
All the time.
Okay. It's like a roller coaster, right? It's up and it's down. Well, cruise control, this is the hill. Cruise control doesn't sense the hill until you're about here.
That's when I put my foot in it.
And then it grabs the throttle, and it's hell-bent for election because we got to get up this hill at 65. But if you leave the cruise off when you're in rolling hills, you start to accelerate before you get to the bottom. You roll your foot into the throttle. And let's say you know it's going to take 25 pounds of boost to pull the next hill. And you'll know that because you're going to start driving by your boost gauge, because we're going to move and put it up on top of your dash so that it's always right in your left eye. Now, you start to accelerate here, you pick up speed here, you hold that throttle.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
You're going to lose a little bit of speed as you're going over the next knoll. And then when you can just see over the next knoll, you start to ease out of it and you take it down to 10 pounds of boost. And the momentum will keep you going. And you may be going 70 here or 75, and you may be down to around 62 or 64 here as you crest. But you're going to make it up on the downhill side. And when you accelerate on the downhill side through the dip, you put less strain on your drivetrain, your transmission, your clutch, and your tires.
Yes.
Okay? And it's a fun way to drive. Think of a roller coaster. A roller coaster has the first big hill, and the rest is momentum. You have to drive a truck through rolling hills with momentum. And then when you get back on, don't worry about the speed. Worry about the turbo boost. If you're going to go over the speed, let me get on a CB radio. That's why we still have it.
I don't talk on mine.
But you can talk on it, you can ask. And it's better to go faster through the humps, back out of it on the level. Get her back down to that 5 pound of boost. And put it back on cruising when you're on the level. But if you see that boost gauge going 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, and then back down to 5, that's telling you that the road's not even, and it's constantly pulling on your throttle. So just take it out of cruise and drive it with your foot. 80% of your driving should be with your foot, and 20% on a cruise. You'll gain a half mile to the gallon.